1 Kings 13 and 1. 1 Kings 13 and 1. 1 Kings, the 13th chapter and the first verse. God speaks against Bethel. The Lord commanded a man from God from Judah to go to the city of Bethel. King Jeroboam was standing at the altar offering incense when the man of God arrived. The Lord had commanded the man of God to speak against the altar. He said, "Altar, the Lord says to you, David's family will have a son. His name will be Josiah. The priest of the high place is now burning incense on you, but Josiah will offer the priest on you and burn human bones on you so he can never be used again." The man of God gave proof to the people that this would happen. He said, "This is the proof." He said, "This altar will break apart and ashes on it will fall on the ground." When King Jeroboam heard the message from the man of God about the altar in Bethel, he took his hand off the altar and pointed at the man. He said, "Arrest that man." But when the king said this, his arm became paralyzed. He couldn't move it. Then the altar broke into pieces and all the ashes fell onto the ground. This proved that what the man of God had said came from the Lord. Then King Jeroboam said to the man of God, "Please pray to the Lord your God for me. Ask him to heal my arm." So the man of God prayed to the Lord, and the king's arm was healed as it was before. Then the king said to the man of God, "Please come home with me. Come and eat with me. I'll give you a gift." But the man of God said to the king, "I will not go home with you. Even if you give me half of your kingdom, I will not eat or drink anything in this place. The Lord commanded me not to eat or drink anything here. He also commanded me not to go back the same way I came." So he took a different road home. He didn't go back the same way he came to Bethel. There was an old prophet living in Bethel. His sons came and told him what the man of God did in Bethel and what he said to King Jeroboam. The old prophet said, "Which way did he go when he left?" So the sons showed their father which road the man of God from Judah had taken. The old prophet told his sons to saddle his donkey. They put the saddle on the donkey and the prophet left. The old prophet went after the man of God. He found him sitting under an oak tree and asked him, "Are you the man of God who just came from Judah?" The man of God answered, "Yes, I am." The old prophet said, "Please come home and eat with me." But the man of God said, "I can't go home with you. I can't eat or drink anything in this place. The Lord said to me, you must not eat or drink anything in that place, and you must go back on a different road." The old prophet lied to him. Well, you know he's going to hell. All liars will have their part in the lake that burns with fire and brimstone. I don't care if you are an old prophet, going to hell. The old prophet lied to him and said, "But I'm a prophet like you, and an angel from the Lord came to me and told me to bring you home and give you something to eat and drink." So the man of God went to the old prophet's house and ate and drank with him. While they were sitting at the table, the Lord spoke to the old prophet. Well, that's what you're saying, but this man lied. So I don't see how you can hear from God and you're a liar. And the old prophet spoke to the man of God from Judah. He said, "The Lord said that you did not obey him." Well, you lied, so two wrongs are happening here. You did not do what he commanded. He told you not to eat or drink anything in this place, but you came back here and ate and drank. So your body will not be buried in your family grave. This old prophet doesn't make sense at all. So you lied and then want to sit up here and condemn someone else. The man of God finished eating and drinking. I guess he didn't pay him no attention. Lord, he wasn't scared at all. He finished eating and drinking. Then the old prophet saddled the man's donkey for him, and the man left. On the way home, a lion attacked him and killed the man of God. His body was lying on the ground while the lion stood next to him. The donkey stood nearby. Some people came walking by and saw the body and the lion standing by it. They went into the city where the old prophet lived and told the people what they had seen on the road. The old prophet heard the story and said, "This is the man of God who did not obey the Lord's command." So the Lord sent a lion to attack him. Well, you need to be attacked for lying. That's what I say. The lion has killed him just as the Lord said that would happen. Then the prophet told his sons to saddle his donkey, and they did so. The old prophet went to find the body lying on the road. The donkey and the lion were still standing near. The lion hadn't eaten the body nor hurt the donkey. The old prophet put the donkey body on his donkey and carried it back to the city to cry for him. And how are you going to cry for him and you lied to him and spoke judgment over him? Deceiver. The old prophet, you're not even an old prophet either, you're a liar. The old prophet buried the man in his own family grave. The old prophet cried for him and said, "Oh, my brother, I'm sorry for you." No, you're not. So the old prophet buried the body, and he said to his sons, "When I die, bury me in this same grave, put my bones next to his." The Lord used him to speak against the altar at Bethel and against the high places in the towns of Samaria. And what he said will certainly happen. Well, why did you go out there and try to deceive him and get him off track? What was the purpose of that? There's no purpose of that whatsoever, just devilment. King Jeroboam didn't change. He continued doing evil. He continued to choose people from different tribes to serve as priests at the high places. Whoever wanted to be a priest was allowed to be one. This is a sin that caused ruin and destruction of his kingdom. 1 Kings 14. Jeroboam's son dies. At that time, Jeroboam's son Abijah became very sick. Jeroboam said to his wife, "Go to Shiloh and see the prophet Ahijah." Okay, so Abijah gets sick, and Jeroboam tells the wife to see Ahijah. Abijah and Ahijah are two different people. He's the one who said that I would become king of Israel. Dress yourself so that the people not know that you're my wife. Give the prophet 10 loaves of bread, some cakes, and a jar of honey. Then ask him what will happen to our son. He'll tell you. King did this. The king's wife did as he said. She went to the home of Ahijah the prophet in Shiloh. Ahijah was very old and had become blind. But the Lord said to him, "Jeroboam's wife is coming to ask you about her son because he's sick. I'll tell you what to say to her." When she came to Ahijah's house, she pretended to be someone else. But when Ahijah heard her coming to the door, he said, "Come in. I know who you are. You're Jeroboam's wife. Why are you pretending to be somebody else? I have some bad news for you. Go back and tell Jeroboam that this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. Jeroboam, I chose you from among all the Israelites. I made you ruler over my people. David's family was ruling the kingdom of Israel, but I took the kingdom away from them and gave it to you. But you're not like my servant David." Terrible. "He always obeyed my commands and followed me with his whole heart." Now, I don't know about always obeying. I think that you all putting those words in God's mouth, because he didn't obey when he committed adultery and committed murder. "He did only what I accepted, but you sinned worse than anyone who ruled before you. You stopped following me, made other gods for yourself. You made those statues to make me angry." Well, Solomon did too, to be fair now. "So Jeroboam, I'll bring troubles to your family. I'll kill all the men in your family. I'll destroy your family completely, like fire burning up dung. Anyone among your family who dies in the city will be eaten by dogs. Anyone of your family who dies in the fields will be eaten by birds. The Lord has spoken." Then Ahijah said, "Now go home. Your son will die as soon as you enter the city. All Israel will cry for him. They'll bury him, but he is the only one from Jeroboam's family who will be buried. This is because he is the only one in Jeroboam's family who pleased the Lord, the God of Israel. Soon the Lord will put a new king over Israel who will destroy Jeroboam's family. Then the Lord will punish Israel. The Israelites will be so full of fear that they'll shake like tall grass in the water." Now, what did the Israelites do? They're just following this evil king. "He will pull Israel up from the good land that he gave their ancestors. He'll scatter them to the other side of the Euphrates River. The Lord will do this because the people made him angry when they built sacred poles." No, that was Solomon that started building all that crazy stuff. Then Jeroboam followed suit. "He'll let the Israelites be defeated because Jeroboam sinned and he made the Israelites sin." I don't get that. I think you all are putting those words in God's mouth. He will let the Israelites be defeated because Jeroboam sinned. The people didn't do that. Was Jeroboam. Lord have mercy. Thank God for the New Testament. Thank God for grace. Thank God for Jesus. That's all this does. It points us to Jesus. Thank God for Jesus. Jeroboam's wife went back to Tirzah. As soon as she stepped into the house, the boy died. They buried him, and all the people of Israel cried for him. This happened just as the Lord said it would through his servant, the prophet Ahijah. The rest of what King Jeroboam did is written in the book, The History of the Kings of Israel. It includes the wars he fought and the way he ruled. Jeroboam ruled as king for 22 years. That's a long time. Then he died and was buried with his ancestors. His son Nadab became the new king after him. Rehoboam, king of Judah. Solomon's son Rehoboam was 41 years old when he became king of Judah. He ruled 17 years in Jerusalem, the city the Lord chose for his own. He chose this city from all the other tribes of Israel. Rehoboam's mother was Naamah. She was an Ammonite. The people of Judah did the things that the Lord considered evil. They made him angry with all their sins more than any of their ancestors had done. They built high places, memorial stones, sacred poles. They built them on every high hill and under every green tree. There were also men who served other gods by selling their bodies for sex. So the people of Judah were worse than the people who lived in the land before them. And the Lord took the land from those people to give it to the Israelites. In the 5th year that Rehoboam was king, King Shishak of Egypt came to attack Jerusalem. He took the treasures from the Lord's temple and from the king's palace. Wow. That quickly after Solomon. Wow. He even took the gold shields that David had taken from the officers of King Hadadezer of Aram and put on the walls of Jerusalem. King Rehoboam made more shields to put in their places, but they were made from bronze. He gave them to the guards on duty at the palace gates. Every time the king went to the Lord's temple, the guards took out the shields and went with him. After they were finished, they put the shields back on the wall in the guard room. The rest of what King Rehoboam did is written in the book, The History of the Kings of Judah. Rehoboam and Jeroboam were always fighting against each other. Rehoboam died and was buried with his ancestors in the city of David. His mother was Naamah. She was an Ammonite. Rehoboam, son of Abijah, became the next king after him. 1 Kings 15, Abijah, king of Judah. Abijah became the new king of Judah during the 18th year that Jeroboam, son of Nebat, ruled Israel. Now, wait a minute. Abijah became the king of Judah, and Jeroboam had a son, Abijah, and they were with Israel. So this is another Abijah. Okay, so Rehoboam had a son named Abijah, and Jeroboam had a son named Abijah. Interesting. So Jeroboam's son Abijah dies. Rehoboam's son Abijah becomes the king of Judah. Got it. All right, 1 Kings 15, verse 1. Abijah, this is the son of Jeroboam, son of Rehoboam rather, became the king of Judah during the 18th year that Jeroboam, son of Nebat, ruled Israel. Abijah ruled in Jerusalem for 3 years. His mother's name was Maacah. She was Absalom's daughter. Interesting. He did all the same sins as his father had done. Abijah was not faithful to the Lord his God. In this way, he was not like his grandfather David. But for David's sake, the Lord gave Abijah a kingdom in Jerusalem and allowed her to have a son. He also kept Jerusalem safe. David had always done what the Lord said was right. Well, I don't know about that now. He had always obeyed his commands. I don't know about that. The only time, there we go. Now we're talking. There we go. There you go. Only time David did not obey the Lord was when he sinned against Uriah the Hittite. Thank you. If you just keep on reading the Bible, it'll make it clear eventually. Thank you so much. Thank you for that verse. Rehoboam and Jeroboam were always fighting against each other. The rest of what Abijah did is written in the book, The History of the Kings of Judah. There was war between Abijah and Jeroboam during the whole time that Abijah was king. When Abijah died, he was buried in the city of David. Abijah's son Asa became the new king after him. Asa, king of Judah. During Jeroboam's 20th year as the king of Israel, Asa became king of Judah. He ruled in Jerusalem 41 years. Wow, that's longer than David, and that's longer than Solomon. His grandmother's name was Maacah, and she was the daughter of Absalom. Why does everybody keep marrying the daughter of Absalom? Oh, okay, the grandmother, all right. Same family line. Asa did what the Lord said is right, as his ancestor David did. During Asa's time, there were men who served other gods by selling their bodies for sex. Asa forced them to leave the country. He took away the idols that his ancestors made. King Asa also took away the right of his mother Maacah to be queen mother. He did this because she set up one of those awful Asherah poles. Asa cut down the pole and burned it in the Kidron Valley. Asa did not destroy the high places, even though he was faithful to the Lord all his life. Asa and his father had given some special gifts to God. Asa put these gifts of gold, silver, and other things in the Lord's temple. The whole time that King Asa was king of Judah, he fought a war against King Baasha of Israel. Once Baasha attacked Judah and then built up the city of Ramah to keep Asa from leaving Judah on any kind of military campaign. So Asa took gold and silver from the treasuries of the Lord's temple and the king's palace. He gave it to his officials and sent them to Ben-Hadad of Aram. Ben-Hadad was the son of Tabrimam. Tabrimam was the son of Hezion. Damascus was Ben-Hadad's capital city. Asa sent this message. My father and your father had a peace agreement. Now I want to make a peace agreement with you. I'm sending you this gift of gold and silver. Please break your treaty with King Baasha of Israel and make him your son. King Ben-Hadad agreed with King Asa and sent his army to fight against the Israelite towns of John, Dan, Abel, Beth Maacah, the towns near Lake Galilee and near the area of Naphtali. When Baasha heard about these attacks, he stopped building up Ramah and went back to Tirzah. Then King Asa gave an order to all the men of Judah. Everyone had to help. They had to go to Ramah and carry out all the stone and wood that Baasha was using to build up the city. And used those two cities. All the other things, Asa, the great things he did and cities he built, are written in the book, The History of the Kings of Judah. When Asa became old, his feet became infected. He died and was buried in the city of David, his ancestor. Then Asa's son Jehoshaphat became new king after him. Now, to all those details, why did they tell us about the man's feet being infected? I'm lost on that. All these things pertaining to the kingdom. And now, as we close on him, his feet. That's an interesting detail. Nadab, king of Israel. During Asa's second year as the king of Judah, Jeroboam's son Nadab became king of Israel. Nadab ruled over Israel for 2 years. That's a short amount of time. He did what the Lord said was wrong. He sinned just as his father Jeroboam did when he caused the Israelites to sin. Baasha was the son of Ahijah. They were from the tribe of Issachar. Baasha made a plan to kill King Nadab. Nadab and all Israel were fighting against the Philistine town of Gibeon, and that is where Baasha killed Nadab. This happened during Asa's third year as Judah. So Baasha became the next king of Israel. Drama, 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 drama. Baasha, king of Israel. When Baasha became the new king, he killed everyone in Jeroboam's family. He left no one in Jeroboam's family alive. This happened just as the Lord said it would when he spoke through his servant Ahijah at Shiloh. This happened because King Jeroboam had committed many sins and it caused the Israelites to sin. This made the Lord, the God of Israel, very angry. The other things that Nadab did are written in the book, The History of Kings of Israel. All during the time that Baasha ruled over Israel, he was fighting wars against King Asa of Judah. Ahijah's son Baasha became king of Israel during the third year that Asa ruled over Judah. Baasha ruled in Tirzah for 24 years, but he did what the Lord said was wrong. He did the same sins that Jeroboam had done that caused the Israelites to sin. Lord have mercy. This is the word of the Lord, and all I can say is, Lord have mercy. And all this killing and all of this idolatry. Amazing. Follow, like, share, and subscribe. Encourage others to join with us and put in the comment section, this is